come through. They're about to take that right-hand turn onto Spring Gully Road for the final time. And the steep ramps, I'm sure, will get rid of a few more as the peloton stretches out.
Superb riding by Mitchell and Scott. This was the plan all along, and look at this, 80 kilometres an hour. I'm not surprised there are cracks forming at the back of the peloton here.
It's Thomas de Kent and James Whelan at the back.
But hanging on nicely. Just.
I don't think it'll be for much longer.
No.
With the road about to go up. Michael Hepburn here on the front. Alex Edmondson behind him. Daryl Impey in the white jersey. Heinrich Hausler on the right. No gloves in the red jersey.
Yes, Heinrich Hausler on the right there. He probably can't see the face of Daryl Impey, but he's certainly gritting his teeth.
Well, they've only just started going up, Phil, and on the left, a caught a glimpse of Richie Port. He's already made his way back to the front.
Right in. There he is, with the white helmet on.
Further across, Chris Hamilton behind Port.
Lachlan Morton just in the front here.
Hausler dropping back on the right-hand side. Patrick Bevan still on the wheel of Daryl Impey. That's Lachlan Morton forcing the pace. Michael Woods, he wants a hard race. He wants them to go as fast as possible over these kilometres. Woods in third wheel, in fact, behind Edmondson from Mitchelton Scott. So education first. They've had a team plan and they have executed every step of the way throughout this stage. Put the race under pressure, had men in the break, men off the front. Now they're trying to set up Michael Woods. And we talked about possibly attack being the best form of defence on a stage like this. And the climbers, like Woods and Richie Port there, taking a drink, so he's quite relaxed, comfortable.
He looks absolutely cool here. The ochre jersey with the red helmet, just checking out who's surviving at the front. As we look through now, you can see how long the peloton is. If we got to the back, I think we'd see a lot of riders now coming away from the back. Daryl Impey in the white jersey standing out. This is the rear of the field. Now riders are done that not only for the day, but any hopes of winning the race also go here.
Well, that's Bistrom being dropped from UAE. Number 105 from Astana as well. Idic. So plenty of riders being offloaded now. The back door is open and they're falling out.
Change of control at the front. It is still Lachlan Morton here trying to pave the way for Michael Woods, who has been a lot of people's favourites to win this race. The favourites know they must get time here. It could make all the difference. Richie Porter said this morning, whoever gets time here will probably go on to win the race. He could have been shadow boxing, of course, but he's moved into a very, very good position right now.
Well, Phil, the better climbers are coming to the fore. Domenico Pozzovivo also holding good position. Jai Hindley, the young Australian from Sunweb, back in about 15th wheel. Robert Giesink, the tall figure in yellow and black on the right of picture next to Richie Port. So the field is thinning out. Peter Sagan, though, he was sitting very comfortably in the middle in around 20th position. You just catch a glimpse of him there, the big sunglasses, black helmet.
Lachlan just flicked his elbow. That was enough. He's come off the front. He's left up Edmondson to go through. You can see the bottom one by one. They're going off. That little group at 10-15 to the finish is now looking very much a distinct possibility here. But the big favourites are right up amongst the sharp end. Daryl Impey, last year's winner, is the white jersey here with his teammates setting the pace. Richie Port, never been beaten for 5 years on Wollonga Hill, where the race ends on Sunday, tucked in with the white stripe down his helmet right behind. They're poised. Michael Woods is here too, and so too is the jumbo riders of George Hamilton, George Bennett rather, and also Robert Hessink.
Well, just one more climb to come.
Well, Pulse is also here.
And I think Walt Pulse, he has the ability to ride away on this final climb, which brings them up onto Green Hill Road on the approach to Uradla. On this very fast downhill section now, a few riders trying to get themselves back on terms. And James Whelan, he has rejoined at the back here, number 76. Fantastic ride.
Yeah, absolutely super. All day in the lead, he's still holding on to this bunch.
Mitchelton Scott still in control. They came to the front one lap ago, about 14 kilometres ago, with the entire team. And now Alex Edmondson, former national champion, he is laying it all out there. He's trying to get his team to the bottom of that final climb. He's emptying the tank to try and set up Daryl Impey.
5 kilometres to go. The ochre jersey of Paddy Bevan is still very much in there with the orange crash helmet. The average speed 40.4 for the last 3 kilometres.
Most of that was uphill.
I was about to say, you're absolutely right, Robbie. Those legs must be flying by the fit ones, because the peloton has been reduced now by an awful lot. Maybe 45 riders left in it from 133.
Well, we're getting to the point where it's no longer a peloton. It's become a select group on the front with just 4.5 kilometres to go. They come through the winding S-bends and they are approaching now the turn off to the left, which will bring them to Bonithon. That final climb up through what was the feed zone.
Well, Impey knew that because he just offloaded his last drinking bottle there, because water weighs heavy if it's not in your tummy, and that went across the road. He's priming himself for this psychologically, and here comes the Jumbo boys from Holland, and they have 2 possible winners of this race on that team. A switch of tactics. They forced Mitchelton Scott to get into the wheels there. Richie Port's got in front now of Daryl Impey.
Well, George Bennett is there with his teammates, so they're timing their run to get Bennett onto the bottom of that climb. Still with 2 teammates in front of him.
And the sleeper, without doubt, is number 11 here. Peter Sagan is right there.
Leading them on is the sprinter Danny van Poppel.
I don't believe that.
He's working for George Bennett, but if Van Poppel can survive this hill,
fantastic.
He's a potential winner of this stage. But it looks like he's playing domestique for George Bennett. And here come the accelerations on this final hill with just 3.5 kilometres to go. Lucas Hamilton, the man from Mitchelton Scott. Daryl Impey in his wheel, race leader Paddy Bevan, then George Bennett. Peter Sagan slots himself into 5th wheel.
Looks as though Impey's actually saying something to Lucas there, but he's still tucked in behind him. Peter Sagan is very much up in the front here. He'll be a dangerous man to outsprint at this finish. There's been an attack there from Team Sky.
This must be Kenny Elizondo, the small figure in the black and blue. And as we zoom in, we're going to get a look at him. Number 176. Yes.
That is going to upset
That is Elizondo, the small Frenchman.
Kenny Elizondo does a lot of his training in Queensland at this time of the year. He won't really disappoint him. That's a good move. That's distracted the whole system now. So just watching here,
this is
Robert Hessing. Now, where is he? He's going across the gap to Ellison. Now, the alarm bells better start ringing now. Robert Hessing is a born winner of these types of races. The big Dutchman, tall, lanky Dutchman, coming across the gap to Ellison.
I have a feeling this move by Elizondo is to lure them out, get the pace right up for an attack by Wout Poels. But he is opening the gap, and Geesink is failing to get across. The road goes downhill just a little bit before they make the final turn upwards. They can almost see the top of the ridge from where they are. The peloton absolutely strung out, and Elizondo has a really good gap here.
Oh, it's a very, very brave move by this rider from Sky. Maybe we've been taking your eyes to the wrong man here. We were always talking about Wout Poels as a rider to likely win it, but Ellison has gone.
Well, he goes back through the gears now, Elizondo, because look at the gradient go up. A lot of riders struggling here at the back, but I'm expecting an acceleration out of the front of the peloton, and here it comes.
This is a huge launch. Oh, that's Michael Woods who's gone. That's Woods who's launched the attack and gone straight over the top. Huge effort now.
This is Impey. No, it's actually Bustelberger trying to follow. He can't. Sanchez is with him. Peter Sagan as well. Michael Woods is riding them out of his wheel. Bustelberger looks back. He knows he's got Sagan.
The following Bustelberger, Luis Leon Sanchez can't go.
De Koning quick step out on the attack behind him is Dries Devenines, the Belgian.
Well, he would be the only rider likely to succeed.
145, yes, it's Devenines.
Yes, Devenines has gone. There's nobody else there on it, but this is a superb effort by Michael Woods, who really shot to the big time last year. Huge efforts had to be done. His team all day have set it up for him to make such a move. And look at the race behind now, cracking big time.
A lot of riders going out the back in the final. They're out the top of the climb.